Now you see why I was never a stripper. Hey guys, it's your girl Tower Crush back with another review, and this time it is for P-Valley Season 2, Episode 8, Death Drop. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button. Thank you so very much. We are nearing the end of this season, and I am so sad. So sad. So sad. But I'll get over it because I know it's coming back for a third season. I don't know if it's been announced or not, but I know they're not about to take this series away from us because it is just that good. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to start with Uncle Clifford. Who is dressing him? Her. I don't know his pronouns. But who is dressing Clifford? Come on now. Got this man rolling up on a plantation. Looking like he just ran off that plantation. Come on. Now these are drapes. Now this here's a tablecloth. You ain't gonna fool me. I'm like, Clifford, no. But I will say that it wasn't a wasted trip because he went there to talk to Corden about, the race, the governor's race. And, he's basically upset that Patrice is running and she's splitting the votes, basically. And, why would anybody want to vote for her and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's like, well, you need to get her to drop out. And he was like, how? He's like, she's easy. Right. She does answer the money. So we got to see her at her little online church. And she's just doing the whole thing. Woo, thank you for sowing a $100 seed of life. And Corbin said that 10K right over. And of course, I thought we was going to get to see her running. She ain't run though. She just wiping off her sweat. But yeah, I'm sure she shut down the service kind of early. It's a COVID thing that they weren't having open church. So they're definitely keeping with the times. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that. And then we saw Clifford actually cutting LaMurda's hair, which I thought was cute. But we got to see a lot of faces of LaMurda today. Like, Uncle Clifford did call. He kept calling the hospital, and the lady, I guess, got sick of him calling. She's like, it ain't been 5 minutes since you called. Why don't you just go? Oh, he can't go down there. They're keeping with the times. That's why he can't go to the hospitals because of COVID. So the lady said no news is good news. And I'm just hoping that she comes home. I don't want to have to, deal with her death. And I think if she's going to die, it'll be the next episode. Unfortunately. But if not, I think we're going to be able to keep her because there's going to be too much going on in the last episode for them to take her again. So that's just my opinion. Okay, so we saw Mercedes still struggling on that pole, child. Lord have mercy, that child can't get together. And I think, Uncle Cliff is right. I think it's all in her head. And I'm just hoping she gets it together because she was definitely my son's favorite. And I know he needs to see her on that pole doing her thing. No, but, so I'm just praying that she gets it together because she's a very valid and valuable asset to the club. And they need her and she needs her monies. But, of course, while she's trying to practice and whatnot, she gets a call from Terica and has to rush over to her house where she finds Terica's other mother, upset, drunk, that her daughter had an abortion. So, what was strange to me is that Terica had no problem running to Mercedes with her little problem and her issue, but chose to side with her stepmother instead of her biological mother that she couldn't even go to because she'd be drunk all the time. Listen, I was like, Terica. So now the ball's in your court, sweetheart. You always blame Mercedes for not doing enough to get you back, but here you go. As soon as she gets you back, you run it back to your home. So I don't even know how she found out that you had an abortion. I don't understand that. But I definitely understood her anger. She's been raising her. She should have at least known about it. But Mercedes wanted her to be able to make her own decisions. And that's what she's been doing. And Mercedes and this running this dog, listen, Mercedes is built Coca-Cola bottle. But man, it's everything, honey. I mean, he is what? He deserves his own thumbnail for real. I ain't even gonna hold you. He deserves his own thumbnail. He does. He does. You know, so he basically asked her to come to his block party. And, you know, I guess Black and Mad is her dog. What is it with black people and these dog names? We had, you know, Black and Mad, Flavor Flav. What's next? Fat Boys? I don't know, but he's definitely fine. And she said she would come. She would be his date to his block party that his crew was throwing him, right? So then we see Lil Murda. You know, he basically goes to the funeral home where Wody works to, you know, just to check on Tito. Because Tito has been, you know, buried that day. And not only to check on him, but to bring his suit and to make sure everything was good. And he had to talk with Wody. And they basically discussed, you know, him killing the manager. And he said it was because he showed Keyshawn the video. And Lil Murda said, well, how we know it didn't get out? He might have already sent it. And, you know, Wody said, I'll take care of that if it comes to that. And so then I think Lil Murda understood a little bit better about why he did it. But, I mean, you definitely can't sit there and be mad at him because of what you just turned around and did right behind that. Because, you know, you get a call that basically one of y'all's enemies, an enemy crew, basically just pissed on Tito's grave. And, you know, the crew was like, what you gonna do about it? And he's like, yeah, whatever. He definitely did something. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I saw last week. I did. I seen it. But I fast forwarded most of it. But I did see what was going on. But Lil Murda fines AF. He is fine AF, honey. Ooh, well, it was like, what you thought? He said, I let him know his daddy loved him. I knew something was strange because he's sitting there talking. I said, he got on blue. He don't wear blue. He wears red. Lil Murda wears red. So when he pulled that gun out, I was like, oh, that's the dude that was, oh. And he had just told his son that he was coming home. No, he not. That dad not going to make it, Tyson. That dad not going to make it. And so he walked off all fast and whatnot. And I think he had people watching his back. So I'm hoping nobody tells because it just so happens to be Maine's crew. They be wearing blue. That was their man's. And when they was at the block party, the crew found out that he was gunned down. And so they all it was a lot of them. I'm like, it's only one person shot him, y'all. All y'all don't need to go. But Mercedes sees the opportunity to have Maine stay there. She said, let them Negroes that ain't got ankle bracelets go check, ride for him. And that was right because he was about to be stupid and get locked up all over again and miss the final episode. And we need to see him again, don't we? Don't we? So they went in and talked, and she basically let him know what had happened at the Pink and how she was involved and how she felt bad and all of these things. And he was just basically like he could make a difference in her life. And, he was holding her hand, but her hand was by her hoo-ha. And she was like, no, that's not the kind of help I need. That's not what I'm looking for. And he was like, oh, well, I hope you find what you're looking for. And I want to tell him, well, you come your ass on over here now. Come on now. Well, I got my leg up. Woo! Yeah, that boy fine. I said, ooh, she is so strong. I said, Coach did that. He made her feel the way about stuff like that. That's all I can think. And let's go and talk about little Mississippi. So, last week we did see Autumn approach her and just basically let her know if she need help getting out to call her. Basically gave her that phone and whatnot, right? So this week we saw them meet at a bar or a restaurant, restaurant, let's call it that. So they met up, and I guess Keyshawn gave Haley her, I keep going back and forth to Autumn and Haley, but basically gave her their birth certificates because Haley said that's what she would need, right? And she was like, hurry up before he notices they gone. And that's, she was like, okay. And she said, I'll let you know, what's good. And she basically told her, yeah, you're going to come back to the club and work. She's like, I can't, he's not going to let me. She's like, yes, he is. He's going to get all the money off of the floor, and you're going to get all the money off of whatever. I forget. So that's the money she's telling her to use to run. And she was like, now where y'all going? And she was like, well, she's like, see, you broke cardinal rule number 1. Don't tell nobody where you're going, even the person that's helping you. So I was like, okay. Haley know her stuff. I don't care. Haley know her stuff, and she a bad son of a gun. So Mississippi went on home. When she got home, she was washing dishes. Derek comes in holding a bag. I got you something. He want to buy her stuff and, smack her the mom. So he bought some Christian Louboutins, and he was trying to put them on her feet, and she was acting like they was too small for her feet. I said, girl, you was a mess. She got to show him that she's upset so that he can say, well, what can I do? What's it going to take? And she's like, I need to go back to the paint dance. And, because he was offering to go on tour, all these things. She's like, I don't want to do that. I want to go back to the paint. That's the only place I felt free. And he was like, okay, whatever it takes. So she's got the green light to go back to the club. So we're definitely going to get to see some good dancing and some good pole dancing on the last episode for sure. Because y'all know Miss Mississippi don't play, and neither does Mercedes. And I feel like her talking to Maine is going to set her free. That's just my opinion. Roulette, she's wild AF, ain't she? Listen, she got a girl to turn that trick, and I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if she was setting her up to get, to get raped or what. Because she went in that bathroom playing Candy Crush, like, she didn't have a job to do. So, him treating a girl like trying to choke her out. Like, are you serious right now, bro? And when she pulled that gun, listen, that whole little scene, I'm like, she is literally, she's so good at what she does in playing her role. I had to look her up. And her name is Gail Bean. She's dope. I'm sorry. If I could ever pay to have her in one of my productions, I would definitely do it, because she just knows the assignment. She understands the assignment, and she gets it. Doesn't matter what she needs to be doing. If she needs to be scared, if she needs to be sad, if she needs to be angry, if she needs to be gangster, she does all of that, and she does it well, effortlessly. So, I just hope a boy don't come back and try to kill them, because not only did she do that, she had him sucking on a gun, talking about he got D sucking lips. She said, who got the D sucking lips now? I said, Lord have mercy. She's a mess. And then she had old girl strip him. And then they stole his car. And then they took it to the chop shop where the white boy worked. And the white boy that she liked a whole lot. They be kissing on her and things. And I think she just be using them. I don't know if they really going to get down like that. But I feel like he's probably somebody she should have in her life. Yeah, that's just what I think. Because he's definitely intrigued by her, and she definitely plays that up. We saw Haley show her strength talking to Soda Can Head. Doing it off of the $5 million. Had them soda cans like, what? Who did that? And how did they stay on? I'm so confused. I don't know how they stayed on. Listen, don't even give me the lion, but she showed her strength and was basically like, yeah, I'm not, definitely not going to do it. So, guess I see you at the polls. So she wants $10 million. She's not coming down off of that. She knows the worth of the club, and she knows that they cannot build the casino without the club. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the Pank, if the Pank's getting a new building or what. I don't know. But Corey done paid Patrice Woodbine off. Well, I don't know if it's off. She might continue to milk him. But he sent the $10,000 on her telecast. Then he came and gave her a whole wad of money when she met him outside. And that money was like that thick. I said, oh, that's a lot of money right there. You know it don't take no whole suitcase to make $1 million, right? It's just 1,000 thousands. That's all it is. And 1,000 can be just like this, real thin if it's hundreds, right? Be real thin. That's one stack. And 1,000 of those, it's like, it's not a lot. It's just not a lot. Sorry. So, I just don't know. Maybe it was 250,000 in that sash, but it just depends on what the denomination was for everything. So, I don't know. That might be enough. The way she looked at that camera, like only Patrice Woodbine can. Same way she looked at that camera when they tried to ask her about her past. She was like, I ain't never lied about being a hoe. I done sucked more D's than... I said, you better tell it. She said, but now I am a woman of the Lord. I said, would you? I don't know. I was definitely moved by her speech, to say the least. I was definitely proud of them. Because they definitely tries to do that. And they try to put Andre, because Andre lied about his father being dead. They try to put his father on blast and put him on blast, kept putting him in the, like the jail suit. Like, you know what? They did something close to that in the 80s. So that's what they did in this situation too, with Andre, putting him in a like a convict suit. And I don't know, Haley going to his house with the moonshine. Wasn't that cute? She went with the moonshine. I said, Haley, I can't wait to see that blossom. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I can't wait to see their relationship blossom. I think he's going to win the election, because that only makes sense. Because we already saw his wife, cheating on him. He walked in on her, giving somebody cranium. So he ain't going back to her. He wasn't happy no way. So he's free to stay in Chucalissa, his hometown, and he's free to develop his relationship with Haley. I just don't know how that's going to go. So that's about all I want to cover on this episode. We will be back next week. Again, there's only 2 more episodes left in the season. So I guess I'll see you all Sunday. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button. Thank you. And if you don't subscribe, you know what? I get it. I definitely get it. Thank you for watching. And that is my $5.02. Peace.